YouTube. Welcome to another update video on my fun little smoothie challenge. So weeks 2 and 3 have passed. Week 1 was strictly green smoothies, liquid diet, nothing else. Week 2 was mostly smoothies still. I did have a couple of bowls of granola and a bowl of fruit. And so I introduced a little bit of that a little early. I planned on doing that in week 3, but I really wanted some solid food. And week 3 was interesting. A lot more hot meals. I think I had 4 or 5 hot meals after our cheat day. Cheat, I don't really like that term, but. And I had a couple of chocolates, so I treated myself just a little bit, which means I had a little bit of dairy. Now, something that I noticed is the more that I fill myself with good stuff, first of all, the better I feel. That's just a given, because when you put good fuel in your body can, function more optimally. That's just a no-brainer. But the other thing that I really noticed was that my body doesn't like dairy that much. I love dairy. I love ice cream, I love chocolate, I love all the things, but my body, not so much. So I've stopped eating past 6 or 7 o'clock at night. That'll be like the last little bit of food I have, which is awesome because it's sort of like intermittent fasting, although I don't really do that. But I had a little bit of dairy last night, and wasn't that, it was yummy? I mean, delicious actually, but it didn't settle well. I noticed swelling, and it's interesting when you start to, I call it deflate. We start to deflate because your body doesn't need to protect its organs by, putting swelling around them. When you do have something that your body doesn't like that much, the swelling can come back and it's more noticeable. So I did notice that, which tells me I'm not going to cut out dairy completely, but I am going to limit how much cheese I have, especially because I love cheese. I mean, most people love cheese, right? And I'm limiting how much chocolate that I have. I do love dark chocolate, so like Lily's dark chocolate is an awesome chocolate bar and they make peanut butter cups and stuff that I can pretty much eat all the time because they don't affect me, they don't bother me. Anybody who knows me knows that Miss Peanut M&M at all the networking conferences back in the day, I had this giant bag of peanut M&Ms. Actually, I bring more than one just because one was for me, and I'd share the rest. I'm a pretty big hardcore chocoholic, and I have a major sweet tooth. So for me to be able to say that I don't have those cravings as much at all. In fact, yesterday we got some hot cocoa bombs in for the store, and I have to test them. I have to know if they're good, right? Which I will be testing one today. And when I was looking at, I had them sitting on my desk at the store while I was working, and I just smelling the chocolate the whole time, and it smelled so good, and I was hungry. And so I'm just looking at them. I looked at my smoothie, which is a chocolate peanut butter smoothie, just like the one that I made in the last video. And then I'm looking at the chocolate, and I'm looking at the smoothie, I'm looking at the chocolate, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try an experiment. So I did, still smelling this chocolate. I drank down like half of the smoothie. I chugged it. And all of a sudden my cravings went away. Like literally within seconds. I wasn't craving anymore. It felt amazing because then I looked at chocolate and I went, okay, I can choose when I want to have that rather than it being something that I absolutely have to have because I'm just craving it so much right now. So that was really cool to notice that subtle but very important change and shift in me. Another thing that I noticed was I think I might have talked about this in my first smoothie video, my intro video, but something I was looking forward to was my morning energy. That's what I call it. I'm not a morning person at all. And my husband can attest to that. I am not a morning person. But I really wanted to be, I wanted to wake up again. But back when I was fully raw and I did the smoothie thing for the very first time in my life, it helped me create something that became very, very profitable for me in my business. And what it did was it energized me so much that I would wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning, which for me is insane, by the way. I'm normally at 8 to 9 to 10 riser, but I'd wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 5, and then I would work on writing a Kindle book. I'd get the whole thing written by 9 or 10 in the morning. I'd send it off to my formatter. I'd take a short break. Then I would work on the book cover while it was being formatted, because my formatter was in India, so it would be afternoon, early evening for him by then. So he would literally work on it as soon as he got it in, because I had a schedule with him. He knew when to expect it. And by the time I was done with my book cover, I'd take a break and I'd go to a karate class. And then I'd come back and I would work on getting the book all set up in the Kindle platform, because I didn't have the actual files yet, but I could at least get everything set up in there. It would be ready to go. Then he would get the file back to me by late afternoon. I would proof it. I would get it off to be uploaded on Kindle, so the next morning it would be ready, and I'd be able to announce it and sell it. So after I uploaded it, I would work for the rest of the day / evening on the blog posts that went along with it, and email to my list about it, and all the other little marketing things that I was working on the side, plus all of my client work and managing their projects, any emails I had to respond to, and so on. I would go to bed between 11 and midnight. And then I get up at 4 or 5 a.m. the next morning and do it all over again. Now, back then I did take the occasional nap in the afternoon, but it really, eating this way just really affected me. And so that's something I was looking forward to, was being ultra productive, being able to get up earlier. Because my husband, if he had it his way, he'd get up at 5 a.m. every morning, 4 a.m. Sometimes he was up at 4 this morning until 6 and then came back to bed. But I was in bed until 9 because that's pretty normal for me. But I was awake from I think it was 3:30 to 5 in the morning, and I seriously thought about just getting up. I'm just laying there going, my brain's going, I have ideas, maybe I should just get out of bed and implement them, but no, it's warm and cozy, I don't really want to get out of bed and implement them. And so I stayed in bed. However, what I noticed was this is the third morning in a row that I have woken up like this. It took a solid 2.5 weeks for me to see my morning energy come. But now I'm looking at, okay, I need to adjust my routine. I need to adjust it so that I can be getting up when my body wants to, because obviously it's telling me, hey, I'm ready to go. And without caffeine, by the way. Today was the first day I had caffeine in 3 weeks. So very proud of that too. And that's probably because I was up most of the night. So I'm just I can't do a video about energy and not have energy. No, I haven't had caffeine in about 3 weeks, which is as in coffee. I started drinking coffee when we opened our second store, which I never liked coffee before, but then I discovered espresso is pretty powerful. So now I do like coffee, which is weird to say, honestly, because most of my life I didn't. But anyways, I haven't had coffee for 3 weeks until today. I did treat myself to a chai latte with one little shot of espresso and coconut milk, so technically it's dairy-free. So it actually feels good. Something else that I have noticed is on our metabolism reset day, I filled myself with all the carbs. What I noticed was that I tasted the flavor. That's really cool, to be able to savor something instead of just plow through it because I'm hungry or because I'm just craving. And I really love that little shift too, because it makes me appreciate food more. I'm appreciating all the food, not just the sweet stuff, not just the occasional treat. I'm appreciating the flavor of my smoothies more. I'm appreciating the flavor of dinner more, because I did week 3. I've had regular dinners most nights, healthy dinners, but still regular dinners. And I just really appreciated the taste of things, which I think is what part of living is all about, right? Getting to experiment and try all the things. So now with being into week 3, my goal is not primarily weight loss, although I am down 10.5 pounds. Yay. But my goal is more eating healthy, treating myself when I want to be treated without guilt, which is huge, because as soon as I feel guilt, I feel like I pack on pounds more and I feel sluggish because I'm, being very hard on myself. And so I'm allowing myself the occasional treat and dairy, but not every day. I don't want to get into the habit of craving stuff again, because the more sugar I eat, the more I want it. That's just the way my body works, and you might relate to that. So I am adjusting my routine in eating as well as my routine in waking up and when I'm working. And it's honestly really exciting. I mean, one of the projects that I was able to get done because I finally had the energy to help with it is this, well, it's not done, but this room. We have been time-lapsing, creating our YouTube studio here. And this is where Tony and I are going to be doing some projects together, where I'm going to be doing a lot of my videos. Watch the background because we're going to have some fun stuff with that. And we'll have a video about that on this channel too. So comment below if you have any thoughts or ideas, or if you've tried this kind of thing before, anything that's worked for you, how you've noticed a difference in your professional life and how it's affected your business. And of course, subscribe, like, helps me out, makes the YouTube algorithm like me more. And I look forward to giving you more updates along the way. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you in the next video.